If you want to improve your English listening and speaking, you are in the right place. This video contains several real conversations in English. Pay attention to how people speak naturally. Let's get started. Alright, do you have everything ready for your trip? How do you feel, son? Dad, I'm worried. I'm scared. It's the first time I will travel to a different country. Relax, Brian. You're gonna be fine. Traveling is one of the best things you can do. You will visit different places. You will meet new people, new cultures. It's amazing. Yeah, maybe, but I'm going there to study, remember. I will start the university. I know, but you will live new experiences anyway. Come on, you should be happy. I was excited, but now that I realize I won't see you or mom anymore, I feel so sad. Oh, it will just be for some years. And we will visit you during your vacation. Everything will be fine. Okay, but since it's the first time I travel out of the country, can you give me some advice, Dad? Of course I can. I have a lot of experience traveling abroad. Let's see. There are many factors to keep in mind when evaluating your trip. Mm, Including what to do before leaving and your budget. You have that already. You need to have your visa and passport sorted in advance of your departure. The process to apply for a passport can take a lot of time and several weeks to be delivered. When booking international flights and hotels, a passport number is usually required. Once your passport is delivered, scan the identification page and keep copies of it. But Dad, I have my passport ready. You helped me with that. Don't you remember? I know. I'm just giving you general advice so you can travel to other places. Remember, you're not going just to one country. You will have to visit different countries. That's why it's important for you to be prepared. So pay attention because this is important. Oh, research the country, program options, its norms and traditions, and the language. When you create your plans for your first time overseas, you should do plenty of research. You should find out what that country is like by accessing message boards or Facebook groups for your program and talking to others who have already traveled there. You should always check first with your program to see if they have accommodations such as housing and meals to provide you. You will have to check all those things. Also, find out if you should exchange any currencies ahead of traveling. What are considered the local norms and traditions? to get a feel for the culture and maybe learn some basics of the language spoken there, like English, for example. It always helps to know how to say hello, bye, thank you, and where is the bathroom. Luckily, there are now apps that can help you simply translate languages. Always try to be as accepting of others' cultures as much as you can. That's important. And about the money, you should also check with your bank. You're already 18. We need to notify the bank you're leaving the country. We'll do that today. You're wondering why. That way, your bank will be notified that you have left your country and they won't shut off your access due to what they think are strange charges. Then you could spend your money from your bank account normally from other country. Another thing, and this is something very useful for you and important, try to avoid overpacking and bring some useful technology with you. Remember that. I'm telling you this because it's a common mistake to overpack. It happened to me. However, packing light abroad will help you travel much more easily. Believe me. For example, you can take your luggage up a flight of stairs more easily. It's amazing. And the process of getting on and off public transport will be way less uncomfortable. As you're packing, determine the amount of days you'll be staying and adjust accordingly. Obviously, pack enough clothes for the whole time you'll be there, the necessary things. And make sure to check out the weather forecast of the country you're heading to. Hey, are you listening to me? I hope you can remember all these things. I'm paying attention that it's just that I feel scared. It's the first time I will travel abroad. I know. But if you follow these tips, you will be fine. I promise. Oh, for technology. Bringing a portable battery. It will be a lifesaver in your travels. And please, don't count on Wi-Fi to be available everywhere. No. Since it's hard to access in many countries, especially in the developing world. But hey, now that I think about it, it's always nice to unplug once in a while. There are options to get Wi-Fi from portable Wi-Fi routers too, in case you really need it. You should also check with your phone company about using your data abroad. You might even want to consider buying a SIM card when you arrive in your new country. They are usually about $20 on a prepaid card. That's what I remember, but anyway. notify your phone company to let them know they should forward your current phone number to a new one. Oh, I almost forgot it. Our adapters are essential to buy before traveling abroad as well. They aren't always easy to find unless you are in a major tourist place. I know that perfectly. So, bringing one with you will save you the hassle of finding one abroad. You may find one in your country or online for a lot cheaper than other countries will sell it for. Another really important thing is to get a travel insurance. This is essential. A common fear that comes across most first-time travelers abroad is, what if I get hurt or sick? Anything can happen as you travel, so it's essential to know how you'll cover medical expenses. It can be expensive to receive medical help overseas. It happened to me the first time I traveled. Travel insurance that has emergency medical benefits can cover those expenses. Thank you, Dad. I have a lot of information about traveling now. That was very useful. But I still have more questions to make about traveling abroad. Can you help me? Sure, but it will be for a next video. Now we don't have much time. Sorry. And we don't even know if our subscribers liked this video. How are we gonna make another one? Oh, right. But I'm sure they will let us know by commenting on this video. We hope so. Well, that's it for today. Hurry up and get your things ready. Good morning. My name is Samuel, and I was scheduled for a job interview today. Good morning, Samuel. I am the person in charge of interviewing new candidates, Mr. Parker. Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Parker. The secretary said it was going to be an online interview. Yes, that's right. We need people who can do home office, so the interview will be this way. I think that's great. I have experience working online, also in this job position. Excellent. So, can we start with the interview then? It will be just some questions. Sure, and don't worry, I have plenty of time, and I'm really interested. Great. Let's start with, how did you know about this job opportunity? Well, I first watched it on the internet and then I called a friend who also works there in the company. Oh, so you saw our post on our social network. Okay. And what is your friend's name? His name is Robert Campbell. He's working in the informatic area in the Northeast office. Alright, now I want you to tell me a little about yourself, your family, life, and so on. Well, as I told you before, my name is Samuel Brighton, and I'm 30 years old. I was born in New York, but my family moved to London when I was 10 years old. I studied in St. Patrick Elementary School and also the high school at Petite High School. When I finished school, I decided I wanted to be a computer programmer, so I studied to apply. 1 year later, I applied to London University and I studied computer programming for 6 years. I specialized in software and computer programs. I graduated with honors, being the first in my class. I worked for different companies as a computer programmer, so I have a lot of experience on this. I have also worked from home since the pandemic started some years ago, so I'm able to do it. About myself, I like creating computer programs and also apps for different companies. I consider myself as a responsible and very flexible person, also very curious about technology. What else can I tell you? I'm really looking forward to work with you because it is a great company. Great. Why did you exactly wanted to work in this company? Is there any special reason? As I already told you, I always wanted to work here since I know this is the best company. Well, people usually say that, but I'm looking for a more specific answer. What do you know about us? Well, I know you work with the best companies around the world, helping them very well. That's true. Here in XX Enterprise, we work with very important brands. That's why I am excited to get this job, because I feel qualified to help you grow this company. Okay, and now tell me about your work experience. Where have you worked so far these years? Well, I worked for a local programming companies and also for PXF Enterprise last year. Wow, PXF Enterprise. That's one of our competitors in the tech industry. Yeah, well, I was recommended by the supervisor who also was my teacher at college. And what were your duties in this company? What did you used to do every day? Well, I was in charge of selecting the best programs to work with and also developing. Great. And do you think it was difficult or easy to perform these tasks? How did you see it? As many other things, it was hard at the beginning, but then you learn a lot. Alright, and what is the greatest achievement you had in this position? Well, I helped getting one of the greatest contracts of the area. I created the program. That's great. And what was the worst part of working there? Or what didn't you like? I liked almost everything, except the cafeteria. Not very good food. I see. Well, here you won't have this problem since we have a variation of this. That's what I've heard. Well, except that, everything was amazing. I have learned a lot. I suppose so. Now, was there any difficult situation you had to face there? Actually, there was a time when we were working a lot, and we usually got stressed. That's normal in this industry since we have to stay on the computer for many hours a day. Yeah, I mean, I like programming, but it can be stressing sometimes. You know that. Of course, don't worry. But tell me about a time you demonstrated leadership skills. About the contract I told you. I had to leader that project. So it was thanks to me we succeeded. I see. Now, what do you consider to be your weaknesses? I think my greatest weakness is I can be very impatient sometimes. That's it. What do you mean impatient? So you can lose control of things or something like that? No, I mean impatient because I want things to be ready really fast. Oh, I see. But sometimes when you hurry something, you can get less quality results. Yeah, I know that. That's why I try to do it very well and fast. But it can be always possible. Okay, and what are your greatest strengths? Something to be proud of? I think I am very sociable and that helps me a lot because I can get a lot of help from people. Alright, but in our industry, how can that help if we usually work alone? Oh, when I have some problems and I need advices, I have many friends to ask about. Oh, I see. Tell me about a challenge or conflict you faced at work and how did you deal with it? Let's see. Okay, once I had to deliver a project and I didn't make it on time. So I had to contact the customer to explain them directly what had happened. I told them I was improving their program. Of course, that was true. I was doing it. And I convinced them to reschedule the meeting. They did. So we got that contract. My direct boss congratulated me and I was named the employee of the month. Wow, that's a good story. And now tell me a time you failed at doing something. Oh, it happened to me just once. We couldn't finish a project because it was too difficult. Okay, and how did you feel about that? What did you do about it? That was the only time we couldn't make anything. I felt terrible for like a month. Yeah, I suppose so. And have you ever been fired from any job before? Or never? Happily, it never happened. Always quit because of a better job opportunity. Alright, what are your career aspirations? Your plans for the future? My plan is to learn as much as possible to be the best programmer in 5 years. That's a good plan. Well, do you have any questions for us? Anything you'd like to know? Yeah, I have some questions. I want to know about the payment, shifts, and so on. Oh, that information will be given in the second part of the interview. It will be the next week, okay? Alright, I'll be waiting for that then. I really want to work with you in a great company. Don't worry, you did it well, so just wait for the email with the date and the confirmation. Thank you very much. Have a great day and excellent week, sir. Hmm. Tunnel discovered beneath Egyptian temple may lead to Cleopatra's tomb. People aged 80 and over will have received $1,000 at the end of the year. Oh, I'm not 80 yet, but it will be great to get that $1,000 this year. The president won't have taken a decision about the economy by the end of this month. Typical. The government always take a long time to take simple decisions. A spacecraft is going to have landed on the moon by the time we start the new year. We don't need people on the moon. We need to fix the problems here on the earth. These people. A new virus will have affected more than 1 million people by next month, BCC reports. Oh, here we go again. Only bad news in this newspaper. Every day is the same. What happens to that boy? He doesn't look well. He's been there just... Should I ask him? Nah, maybe he's just thinking about something and he needs to be alone. On the other hand, maybe he needs some help. He looks really sad. That red shirt, I think he works for PX International Company. But it's Monday morning. He's not supposed to be here right now. Everyone knows they're working hard now. Hey, boy, are you okay? You look a little upset. What happened? Nothing happened. I will have left by the time you finish reading your newspaper. Don't worry. Don't be silly. Your presence doesn't bother me at all. You work for PX, right? Yeah, I will have had 5 years working there by the end of this week. But how do you know? 5 years? Wow! That seems to be a lot of time. Well, I worked there many years ago too. Oh, okay. Listen, I don't want to sound unpolite, but I just want to be alone, please. I get it, but sometimes we just need to talk about things so we can think better. Well, you'll probably understand my situation since you've worked there. Sure, you will have had everything clear by the time we finish talking. You'll see. Well, as I told you before, I'm going to have had 5 years working for that company by this week. I have worked hard since the first day I started working for that company. I promise. But I won't have saved any money by the time this year is over. You know, nothing. And you'll think it's my fault because I didn't know how to organize my finances. But I will have worked for nothing. I mean, I really work hard every day. I have a family, you know? So you're here, sitting on that bench like that, just because you haven't saved money? It's not only about the money. You will have understood me by the time I finish my story. My father also worked for that company. He was one of the best engineers in the country. So he told me, Robert, by the time I die, you will have already gotten that job. I'm sure. He always wanted me to work in the same company as he did. But I didn't want to. I will have disappointed him by the time I finish saying this. But I hate being an engineer. Since I was a child, all I wanted was to be a graphic designer. I love designing. But I studied that career to make money. He, my father, told me I would make good money there. He told me, by the time you retire, you're going to have earned a lot of money, my son. And also, he told me I had to make my life in the similar way he had done. That was the best for me. So I thought, okay, I will have had a beautiful family and money by the time I get that work. So I worked hard. I got married, had children. I worked 12 hours a day, and guess what? I don't have any money now. My family lives in a very small flat, and I'm about to get fired. Wait, why do you say you are about to get fired? You have been working hard, right? Of course, always. But today I didn't go to work. I just woke up, looked at my wife, looked at my children, looked at my apartment, the neighborhood where I live right now, and I haven't improved at all. I have 5 years working for that company and nothing. So I was going to work as usual, but I couldn't take that bus today. I just couldn't. I wouldn't have succeeded at anything by the time I retired. That's why I'm like this now. And do not misunderstand me. I love my family. I love them so much. That's true. But I'm not happy at that work. And with the money I earn day by day, I'd like to earn more money, give my family the quality of life they deserve. And I can't quit because by the time I quit, I will have ended my career and my life with that. That's why I'm like this. I can't quit. I can't do anything else. I don't know what to do. I'm starting to hate my life. I don't want to live anymore. I just want to be free, but I need the money. Okay, I get it now. Why don't you quit and start doing what you like doing now? I think you're not listening to me. I can't. By the time I quit, my dad will have been disappointed. Can I ask you something? What is your dad's name? Maybe I know him. I also worked there. His name is Roger Branson. He was one of the main supervisors in that company. Roger? Yeah, I know him. We used to work together at that company. Okay, well, he was one of the best workers there. He was happy there. You're wrong, my friend. You will have been shocked by the time I explain you this. He was a good worker, yes, but he wasn't happy at that job. You should know that. What are you talking about? He was one of the best workers there. He told me that. Yes, he was very responsible, but he used to regret getting that job every single day. He wanted to be a lawyer, but his dad told him he had to be an engineer. He told me that. And now I see he's doing the same with you, probably because he feels frustrated. He didn't want that job. By the time you retire, he will have died and you will have become him. What you need to do is quit that job now and do what you really want to do. You need to be happy. Is it real? I mean, you're not lying to just make me feel better now? Is that true? Don't worry. I'm not lying to you because I felt as he did. But there was only one difference. I took my decision. I quit that job and decided to study what I love, architecture. So now, go to that job and quit. Then start living your life. Go. Thank you so much. I feel better now and I'll go and quit. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, these kids. I didn't even know his father, but he deserves to be happy. Anyway, the new electric car will have arrived to the city by the time this year ends. Thanks for spending time learning English with these conversations. Consistent listening is one of the best ways to improve your English. If this video was useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more English practice.